The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you, back for a Friday, Ham, and it is the happy hour. So much to get through. Not only are we going to chat to a leading basketball referee in around about 15 minutes to throw a couple of ideas we have at loopholes, how to get around the rules of the game and perhaps get a win.
If you've been listening to the show lately, you would be familiar with the segment Loophole Hunting. This is where Ando and I try our very hardest to exploit the current existing rules of sports to see if there's something that they haven't thought of, such as in a 50-metre swimming race, can you wear a 45-metre long hat to just dive into the pool and touch the end first?
As it turns out, an actual body part has to touch the end.
You might have to cut off your hand and stick it to the top of the hat, but that's all the stuff we need to know.
We didn't ask that, did we?
No, we didn't.
We're going to see whether a dog is allowed to be actually on the field in the rules of basketball in around about 15 minutes' time. But before all that, there's a curse on this show and there's a curse on us. And as a cool wind, Ham, blows through the studio quite quickly.
Oh, God. Seems like a storm's coming. No, that's a sound effect. We wish there was a cool wind in our studio. The air conditioning's actually broken. It's boiling in here. But metaphorically, there is a wind, Ando, because we suffer from a curse. And
it's eerie.
We really hope to spoil... We don't want to wreck your Friday arvo, but you're cursed too.
Yeah, if you've just tuned on,
you got a big fat curse on you.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you switch channels now, too late, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got the stink of the curse on you. And it's up to us, Ando, to fix the curse. Now, we're not going to bore you with why or how, but on the show, we give away gold-coloured watches very, very rarely. There's only 100 in existence. Unfortunately, one of those watches got cursed.
So we took
Long story, just trust us, it's cursed.
We took it to the woods to blow it up. We strapped it around a lot of dynamite.
Yes.
And this is what happened.
3, 2, 1. Jesus! Watermelon is raining down on us.
With no evidence of the watch visible,
Yeah.
I'm happy to proclaim the curse is broken!
Yes, now I probably shouldn't have said that, nor should I have started playing violin like that so quickly. I did give the impression that the curse was broken. Unfortunately, a couple of weeks later, someone was hiking through those woods and found the undestroyed gold-coloured watch. That amped this cursed watch's mythical reputation up to stratospheric levels.
Also, we know that they have had a few malfunctions just in being outdoors, these watches.
Yeah, just in being on someone's wrist.
So
usually is a tough enough job for the gold-coloured watch.
For it to sit in the rain and the mud in the woods
post-explosion
for a few months and then still be working, we know it's a dark art behind it.
There is a force here that we cannot even begin to comprehend. So, over the past couple of weeks, everyone's been suggesting, what do we do with the cursed watch?
Send it to space.
Dig a big hole, send it down a mine.
Drop it in the ocean, deepest part of the ocean.
Dissolve it in acid. A lot of people are putting their hand up saying, give it to me, I'm tough enough to handle it, I'll look after it for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We wish we could trust you, but you're probably the show's nemesis, Tony Barber, writing in under a fake name. Actually, sending it to the show's nemesis was also an idea we tossed around. We were going to use him as, quote-unquote, a curse sponge. So hoping that he would strap it to his wrist and he would sponge up all the bad luck.
Couldn't take the risk.
Couldn't take the risk of two evil forces coming together.
Exactly.
So Ando and I have finally decided on a solution. Here is what will happen.
Copying a new film... and a hit film at that at the moment, Guardians of the Galaxy. They find it important to not bring one precious stone together, one all-powerful thing together.
Yeah.
So the idea is we will separate this watch.
We will cut it into no less than 5 pieces.
We will then cast in clear plastic cubes, those individual pieces.
But cursed-resistant plastic.
Yes, that's true.
We will ensure to use a cursed-resistant resin.
And now, in that film, they sent the pieces of whatever their important little idol was across all the galaxy.
This is all you here. I haven't sent it.
Okay. We're just going to send it around the world. So we need you to apply. Are you in the most remote place in the world?
We will pick 4, no less than 4 podcasters or listeners of the show.
Yep.
And send a piece of the watch around the world. We will then have one Ace in the hole.
What's this?
I thought we might have a random piece of the watch
Okay.
that we send to someone, let's say in Anchorage, Alaska.
Okay, yeah. sure.
Very remote part of the
Do they
world.
know what they're getting?
No.
Okay, so we're sending to a random person.
We put a scroll in with it.
Okay.
That says, "Do not fear, but you have been sent part of a cursed watch. The curse will not be reformed unless 4 other parts of this watch find you.
Yeah, great.
You're very safe." But no, don't take any risks here. Please bury this and tell no one of where you buried it. And now I think if I was working in a boot shop and I got that package one day, I go, oh well, yep, I know what I have to do here.
I've got to bury this.
I've got to do the right thing.
But what's the advantage we're getting from sending one out
Because
randomly?
otherwise, 4 of our if people that just listen to the show have it, they could we might have accidentally picked 5 rascals.
Yes.
Who then get together and reform the watch. Then we got a bloody curse on our hand again.
good
And
point.
I, for one, am getting sick of having to deal with this cursed
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
I got other stuff I need to do in my life.
Yeah.
We got other stuff we need to do with the show. Every show can't just be a bloody roundtable forum on how to get rid of a curse. It's driving me bananas.
got a holiday to take?
I got a holiday to go on tomorrow. I mean, that might be the curse of the watch that it's getting in our brains.
So when we get back from our break, because we go on break, 2 weeks off everyone, the podcast.
Yeah.
When we get back
We're
from
tired
the break,
out from this watch stuff.
we will hopefully have submissions from people worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like that person to be living there, not just travelling through.
Yep.
And then we'll decide what 5 corners of the globe we are sending
Yes.
this watch to.
This globe shaped as a pentagram.
It's the happy hour.
Ando recently changed the PIN on my phone.
Oh, wow.
I picked a new passcode.
Yeah, nice one.
I don't know. There's just all this phone security stuff going on.
Yeah.
Just decided to do an overhaul. Yep. But picking a new PIN is nerve-wracking because, I did it late at night, and I really had that moment of going, this feels like the kind of thing that I'll just forget that I've done.
Yeah.
Because your pin's your pin quite a lot of the time. Like, you either have the high security one, or you just have I'm just picking this pin because it's easy to get my phone open quickly.
Yeah.
But you have to just stop down and go, remember,
Yeah.
I'm changing my PIN.
And no one's there to help you.
No one's there to help you, or are they?
Okay.
Found a very, very helpful service that I was able to utilise for people that help you come up with the right PIN for you.
Okay.
It's sort of a tailor-made solution. I was able to record the call that I put into them because I really think everyone should know about it. They're an amazing group. I don't mind giving them a plug. I just think it's a wonderful, wonderful benefit to society.
Bespoke Pins, Julian speaking.
Oh, yeah, hi. I'm thinking of changing my PIN, but I'm not sure what I want.
Oh, okay, no worries. You've come to the right spot. Just after a numeric one?
Oh, yeah, just the old 4-digiter.
Not a problem at all. We have a lot of very nice-looking 4-digit pins in stock. Do you mind if I ask where your old pin was?
It was 0000.
Oh, God. Yes, I can see why you want an upgrade. You've made the right decision, sir.
I mean, it was doing the job, but...
Sir, you do not have to explain, if I may. It's one of the worst models available, though.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
It's in the past. Now, are there any numbers you'd like to see make an appearance in your pin?
I like the number 8.
Okay, 8. Now, would you like that 8 to feature, or is it well known you like 8 and you would therefore like to avoid it?
Oh, no, I think I'd like it in there. I think it would really help me remember it.
Rightio. Well, straight off the rack, can I suggest 8828?
Right. Okay, so no, it probably wasn't clear enough. I think that's far too 8 heavy. That's too many 8s.
No problem, sir. I hear you. How about 8438?
Yeah, and I still feel like there's 8s jumping out at me everywhere there. Maybe I just want 1 8.
I understand that. I think the 8 would be nice. Perhaps close to the end, we should put it. It's more subtle and a bit classier that way.
Oh, okay. But is this silly? Would you ever do a 4 as one of the first numbers?
I could certainly whip something like that up.
Oh, great.
Maybe I suggest pairing it with an odd number. As with the 8, you don't want it to be an evens party.
Oh, yeah.
7 is incredibly fashionable at the moment, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's possible, could there be a 7 in there? I mean, can you make that work? I can't even imagine what that number would be. Is that...
It's my job, sir. Wouldn't be a bother at all.
If you can, is it...
Okay, 4, 7, 8 would be the first 3 digits.
Of course, yes, yeah, that's... Oh, wow, I really like that.
Now all we need is a closing number.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I've got some ideas, but you're the expert. I don't...
Could I suggest something bold, sir?
Yes, please do.
I normally wouldn't suggest this, but I sense you're the kind of guy who doesn't mind being slightly unconventional.
Guilty.
0.
Whoa, yes.
4, 7, 8, 0.
I really like it. That is a great pin. You're a genius. How do you even come up with that number?
Thank you, sir. It's what I do.
Oh my God, that feels great. That's amazing. Now, how do I pay you?
Oh, you don't have to. Now that I have your pin, I'm able to gently hack you over the coming years, and I see that as payment enough.
Oh, totally fair. Thank you again for your help.
No, thank you, sir.
Time for...
Dog's a registered member of the team. Checking your rule book, but you won't find anything in there that says a dog can't play.
Hamish and Andy are loophole hunters.
He's right. Ain't no rule said the dog can't play basketball.
That is the opener for Loophole Hunters. This is the segment of the show where we try and find loopholes in the existing codes and rules of sports or any structure that has a rule book to it. Now, that bit of audio that you just heard is taken from the hit Disney film Air Bud, where a golden retriever ends up winning a basketball championship for an NBA team because there ain't no rule in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball. Air Bud also wears sunglasses. I can't remember if he wears them during the game. I think he's the coach's family dog.
Jack loves this.
He plays for like a kids' local team.
I thought he played for the NBA. Well, he's very good for a dog.
He's very good at basketball.
I mean, it's been a long, long time since I saw Air Bud. It was in the Cool Runnings era.
Yes.
Now, we often have a laugh at that quote because we do hypothesize that there probably is something in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball, even if he is a registered member of the team.
We're going to find out because Mal Cooper joins us. He's manager of the referees, MBL Ham. He's refed over 500 games himself.
So
the NBL.
he'd know.
Also the NBA Summer League. Mal, thank you very much for joining us.
Gentlemen, my pleasure.
Mal, first off cab off the rank, is there any rule in basketball that says a dog can or cannot play?
I have studied the rule book. I've been through the web page.
Yeah.
I've been through the site. I've looked. It says 5 personnel. Nothing that says a dog can't play. Can I play?
Oh, so there is nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball.
Don't know whether he could dunk it. Don't know whether he could dribble it, but I can't find anywhere where it says he can't play.
Well, I mean, so let's step this through. So Air Bud gets on the court.
Yeah.
Now, does he bounce it with his head, Jack?
Yeah,
does he dribble it with his head?
He normally just nudges it along.
Now, is that legal for a player to dribble it with their head?
No reason that you can't dribble it with your head as long as you don't pick it up and stop and then start again. So if he did it in a continuous motion, he could probably dribble out of his mouth and dribble the ball with his head.
So if I was running along the court, bouncing the ball up and down with my head and then headed it into the goal, I'm allowed to do that.
No, you can't just bounce it on your head all the way down.
But I mean, I'm slamming it from my forehead onto the ground.
Okay, sorry.
As I'm running along. I'm not heading it up and down.
Yeah.
I'm bouncing the ball into the ground, but I'm smashing it with my face on the court.
Yeah.
And then I let it bounce up off the ground and I sort of header it into the goal. Yeah. I could do that even though it's not an effective way to play basketball.
Well, that would be correct. And I'll give you an example. Hamish passes the ball.
Yep.
It hits another player in the head and goes in. Score counts.
Score counts.
And that is how Air Bud was scoring all those goals. I think it was his head.
Yeah.
Or Jack, I mean, did he shoot with his paws?
No, I think he bumped it with his nose in.
So
he was more of a nose player.
Mal, what if an invader comes on, grabs the ball and puts it in?
Not a registered member of the team.
Now we have a problem because now we've got 6 on the court, which is illegal.
Yeah, okay.
Not a registered member of the team.
You would have to sort of sneak one off and sneak one on without anybody seeing. So you only have 5.
One final question, because Hames is ridiculous. But, I mean, it's a moment of seconds.
You had an invader on the court.
When it comes to finals, it's a moment of seconds, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Say there's someone with courtside seats. And in the final play, the ball went out to someone out on the outer rim, and they're trying to make a three-pointer with half a second to go. If someone had a retractable type pole and put it up and waved it and knocked the ball away, what would happen?
Security would come from everywhere.
Yeah, but then do you redo the play? Or
we would have to use common sense, which is not common where I am.
Yep.
And probably reset the clock and and run the play again. That would be the fair thing to do for both teams, would it not?
Yeah, okay. Yes,
Man,
common sense jumps in.
this is tough now. Basketball's pretty bulletproof.
Yeah, it's tough.
For loophole hunting.
Yeah, but we found out a dog can play, so it's not bad.
Yeah. Could a gorilla play?
Yeah.
Could a lion play?
Mate, anything can play. That's what he said. There's nothing that says...
20-man Siamese twin chain can play. My team's one lion, one gorilla, 20-man Siamese twins, and then just Kobe and LeBron, and that's fair.
Mel, thank you very much for joining us, mate. We really appreciate it.
Fellas, my pleasure. Good luck with it all.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
No, we're not going to do any of it. And you know how Lady Gaga has her gang, her fan club, the Little Monsters?
Yeah, Little Monsters.
She's always carrying on about Little Monsters. And I think there's millions of them.
And was it meant to be just kids, or was everyone just monsters?
I think it's just the thing you do now if you're a celebrity. Yeah. You call your fan club something.
Yeah.
I think Katy Perry has something.
Yep.
Gaga definitely kind of owned that space with the Little Monster gang. Yeah. And when she was out in Australia recently, it was all just, hey, monsters.
Yeah,
Too much monster chat, really, for my liking. But she's pushing it pretty hard.
Yeah.
And you would, I assume if you're a huge Gaga fan, you'd say to other monsters, you know.
So like Belieber kind of thing.
Spot on. Now, you are a very big Mary Poppins fan.
I'm not a very big Mary Poppins.
You often reference Poppins.
I made a reference last week.
Yeah, but it's often coming up. I know you watched it a lot as a kid. You wish you were Dick Van Dyke in that old film.
I do like Dick's work in it.
What do you... I'm just saying, if you want to start up the Poppins Brigade...
The Poppins Brigade, yeah.
What name do you think you'll give yourselves that's the equivalent of the Little Monsters? The Poppers? The Poppinses?
The Poppinses.
The Boffins, the Umbrellas. Like, do you go for a crazy thing?
I don't know, spoonful of sugar, guys. I haven't really given it much thought because I don't.
Yeah, I bet you have, though. So what, in your mind, when you're chairing the meeting...
And Poppins. When I'm chairing this meeting...
Supercalifrages?
That'd be good.
Because it's... What are we looking for?
Penguins, probably. I mean...
What does that have to do with it?
Well, there's a scene where Dick Van Dyke danced with penguins, so... And it's a famous scene. You could... You know, maybe everyone could come around and...
So, well, what do they do? Everyone comes around and does the dance? Now, because I'm thinking of a bikie gang, I imagine it like you're in an industrial estate. Like
exactly.
You've got your headquarters next to the Comancheros, and the penguins are turning up. Don't go to the Rob Club house, guys. Remember, we're number 14. The Comancheros are 16. We've had a few incidents where people have accidentally leapt through the door dancing, and it hasn't ended well.
So if this was the equivalent of a bikie gang, would there be other Poppins enthusiasts gangs out there?
Oh, right.
Or
there would be other enthusiasts of different musical films.
Oh, right.
So name another one.
Cats.
So you'd fight the kittens.
Yeah, well, but what if I like... Well, I mean, you can get along. I mean, a lot of people that like Mary Poppins would also like Cats, the musical.
Well, look, man, I haven't really thought about the whole system here, but essentially you're the head of the chapter for other grown men who still harbour a huge love for Poppins.
Mentioned it twice.
And you and the penguins can all get together, do your dances, and then,
what?
you know, I guess just run away from the cats because they sound a bit tougher, which is really saying something.
Guys dressed as cats is tougher than my mob. It's the happy hour. Hey, it's been a big show. We decided what we're going to do with the show's curse, which is important.
Huge weight off our shoulders.
If you live anywhere else other than Australia, head to hamishandy.com because we might want to send you a part of the cursed watch. We're trying to get the watch.
Just trying to scatter it to 5 corners of the globe.
Exactly. And so go there, but with so much to get through, Ham, and obviously we're going on break tomorrow, you and I need to catch up and catch up quick about a lot of things. Probably should do it over jazz.
Hando.
Yeah, Ham.
As you know, very generously brought in a tray of baklava today. I've had 4. You've had none.
Yes.
I find that strange.
Why?
Please eat some baklava. Who doesn't like baklava?
It's a bit too sweet for me.
Impossible. It's just honey. Just have a little piece of baklava.
Why? Do you want me to have the baklava so much?
It was a gift.
I know. But you'll re-gift it. You got given
Oh, that's enough.
Ham.
Yeah.
If we had to apply for proper jobs,
Oh,
which involved...
This is a total horror story.
involved writing a resume.
Yuck.
Yeah. Do you reckon it's a good thing for me to put on is very good with emojis.
Well, what emoji are you putting after it? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
And a wink?
Yeah, probably
and
not.
And the cat with the love heart eyes?
Too much.
No, that's my weakness. that emoji. Hey, Ando.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sunglasses hut.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that the first one of them was a real hut and then it got successful?
Yeah.
And then later on they became just shops and kiosks?
Because they could afford better fixtures and
they
fittings.
Just kept the hut like as a nod back to, remember when we just had a thatched roof and one second-hand pair of Oakley frog skins? Yeah.
If you were picking teams for basketball and left on the bench was Danny DeVito, Anthony Kalia.
Oh, very short.
And Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
Who would you pick?
Am I allowed to gaffer tape any of those members together?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I start with DeVito as my base, Kalia's the middle, and Minogue's the top. Gorgeous. Real good looking, tall, broad with fat legs. Oh, Ando.
I pick LeBron James.
Yeah, he's good too, but I actually think Minogue on a Kalia DeVito stack would beat him. No, I don't. You know how at the earlier on the show I was talking about changing my PIN? You're still 4 4s on your phone?
No, it's not.
What is it, 4 zeros? 4 2s?
You got it right the first time.
Is it 4 4s? Just checking to see if it was still that. Okay, so I didn't pick that.
No.
Just so you know, so we don't have the same PIN.
Yeah, okay, good. Anyway, I've got to change mine now.
What a fun weekend. Just if you see Ando out tonight, just double check he changes it because he won't have changed it. Great chance for you to grab his phone.
All we've got time for today, HamishDanny.com.
That was a total accident.
New topics. New topics were going up in about a week's time, or maybe even just now, because we're going to have people to help build the shows as we get back after 2 weeks.
2 well-deserved weeks off, I think you'll all agree, everyone. Crowd says yes.
We'll see you then.
Have a good one.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.